Welcome to A1 Vacuum and Sewing's live stream for Thursday, the 8th of December. Not a whole lot to talk about today. Let's see here. Oh, geez. Jeannie is, hey, is that Jeannie? Michelle?
Okay. All right.
Is that Jeannie?
It is.
I'll call her.
Oh, you here? You want?
Here, can I just talk to her really fast?
Of course.
Was there anything other than the reindeer class that you wanted me to discuss? For the brother stuff. Okay. Okay. All right. Perfect. Thank you. So, we are running without Jeannie today. How can I help you?
I'm just a local merchant processing rep.
Definitely don't need it, and in the middle of a live stream. So.
Oh, gotcha.
All right.
Have
Thanks,
a good
man. Yep. No problem. So, long story short, we are without Jeannie today. Good morning, everybody. She is at home with, let's see if this is going to work. Oh, this may be massive. With this girl. Aww. She just sent this to me. I'm sure to make me jealous. So, I'm, knowing Jeannie, she's working all day, but hopefully she is enjoying the puppy. And puppy's been great. We've been, I said something to Jeannie last night. I was in the bedroom with them, and I got the puppy successfully crate trained yesterday, and she was awesome in her crate. Like, she was up once last night for 40 minutes, went out and went potty, and then came back in and kind of played a little. And it's one of those things where, like, Momo's a little much, and Momo's really struggling with the fact that he is not number one all the time. It's funny. So when like the first night, when I took the first night kind of knowing it would be hard, and we didn't want to throw her right back in the crate. We talked about it yesterday, but she had a really long 14-hour day, and she did great though. She kind of ran around and was super active, and then kind of put herself to sleep at 2:50 and then got up. Last night, you could just tell she's from the East Coast. So at 9:00 last night, she looked like she was just beat, like midnight her time. So I kept her up a little bit late, kept her up until about 9, but then I needed to sleep too. So I pretty much took her up at 9, and she slept from 9 until 12:30. When Jeannie came up, she was super excited. So she went out and I think slept until 2 or 3. And then was up very briefly for a potty break, and then slept until like 5 or 6. So Jeannie said it was a good night. I kind of caught up on sleep, and then tonight will be my turn. But she's doing great. Momo, on the other hand, Momo was all over me the first night. Was inserting himself between me and the puppy by the time the puppy went to bed at 2:30. So Momo's slowly learning how to be a good older brother. However, they're pretty crazy about each other. Like this is like, let's see here. This is from night number 1. And he just wouldn't let her, he had to be where she was. And then, let's see. It's funny. I can always tell my kids have been in my, pictures because they are, they're not in order. This was the 2 of them by the end of the afternoon yesterday. So, and Momo has been sharing his bed, and he can be a little rough with her, but you know, his world's been turned upside down too. He was, you know, from only child to older brother. So the puppy's going great. But you know, my brother-in-law is here, and yesterday he was kind of like, he kept asking me questions kind of like, why this or why that or why this? And then this morning before he took off to go skiing, we were out in the car together, and he was like, I don't know how you guys do it. Like, I do not know how. He's like, you're busy with your kids and like hanging out and working with your kids, and you're busy at the store, and you're busy at home, and you still get, it was just one of those conversations. Like, he's a single guy, and was just like, you guys have a lot going on. And yeah, it's been busy. So it's been a transition. Go easy on Jeannie. And just keep in mind that the store, I think the store was really busy yesterday. I expect it to be busy today. It's that time of year. We're going to need every bit of our break at the end of the season. Jeannie has asked me to, it is working out well so far. But you know, it's funny. It's like, you don't know what you don't know. And so we did not know. Oh my God, I can just tell I haven't shaved in a couple of days. Momo's dad, the breeder had imported Momo's dad from a well-known line of working dogs from Slovenia. And so at one point we called the breeder to be like, what is up with this dog? Because he's a lot. He's got I mean, I love him. He's just got the biggest personality, and he's super smart. And, but he is like, yeah, like, and she's like, you need to remember you bought from a line of active working dogs. So Momo comes from a line of active working dogs. And it's funny because we went out last night, and it was dark, and there was nobody outside. And you know, I took the puppy out to go potty, and Momo literally went to each corner of the yard, and like Momo's got a big bark voice. Like, there's like kind of a normal like, hey, I'm here, or like, hey, you're in the store. There is a bark that he has that is like, I am here, or what are you doing here? And it was funny because he ran out to the yard, and he literally went to each corner of the yard and was just barking into space, which I had never seen. And I'm like, he is totally clearing the yard for his sister. Like, I had never seen it before. At the same time, his sister comes from 2 show dogs. So this is a breeder who shows and breeds working dogs. So we got a working dog, and now we have a show dog, and she's sweet and all about people, and like way more outgoing and way less wary. And it's crazy how different they are. And, you know, Jeannie and I were talking this morning, and, you know, we both kind of went, knowing what we know now, we should have gotten show dogs. We should have gotten another show dog. But you know, I wouldn't trade Momo for the world. Momo's been great. And you know, last night Violet got home. She was at a school event. She's got her, everybody wished Violet well. She's got her first We the People tournament on Saturday. So they had something going on last night, and she got home late, and I was already kind of asleep with the puppy, and she came in the room really excited to hang out with the puppy, and I was just really excited for the puppy to sleep. And I just said to her, hey, you know, all that energy you were just ready to give to the puppy, go give it to Momo. Like, he's gotten nothing all day because, you know, we've been focused on the puppy. So we're working at it. And yeah, you know, this is, we really like the breeder that we're working with. And it's funny because she has, like the father of this one is from a different breeder. So she breeds outside of her lines quite frequently and imports dogs. And, you know, so far so good. So fingers crossed, but it's been great. So Jeannie had wanted me to remind you ladies, today we have a couple things going on. We've got the Upgrade 2 class for the Luminaire and the Solaris from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It might be a little late just from a, you know, supply list and preparation standpoint to add you to the class, but that is a great class for anybody who's watching from outside of the area. One of the things that we hear quite frequently is that these classes are unique, meaning a lot of times your local dealer does not teach a class specific to the Upgrade. This is the class that you really want to take to get to learn that upgrade to the Luminaire 2. This is not the upgrade to the XP3 or the Solaris Vision, the third upgrade. This is the second upgrade, but I don't think it's a prerequisite. Like, if you are going to take our Upgrade 3 class, I would always recommend that you take the Upgrade 2 class first, because there is some stuff that the Upgrade 3 builds upon that was introduced with Upgrade 2. So, so just keep that in mind. So that is happening today at 10 to 2. So if you are part of that class, you should be getting ready. There's an aerial sewing class via Zoom this afternoon. So that would be for like a Journey aerial 5200, those kind of machines. That's from 2:30 to 4:30. Once again, if you're from outside of the area, you can take these classes because they are done virtually. You just pay for the class if you didn't buy your sewing machine here. On Friday morning between 10:30 and 2, we have our Best of Kimberbell class. That's the Glitter Nose Reindeer Tote. And that is from 10:30 to 12. We will have the puppy in the store tomorrow, kind of segregated and in a playpen. So just be prepared that there will be a puppy in the store. Of note, our puppy is still in essentially puppy quarantine. So as of this afternoon, there will be a sign on the door that outside dogs are not welcome into the store. We love your dogs, but we don't know where your dogs have been. And that's not really, we're always welcoming of dogs in the store. If we find out that you've got a dog in the car, we're like, bring your dog in. It's fine. That said, we've got an unvaccinated, not totally ready puppy in the store. So she's going to be in the back in a playpen with her crate in the bed. And you can come in and see the puppy. We want her to be exposed to a lot of people. But we are, how can I get signed up real quick for the XP2 class today? Hang on. Hey, Michelle. Yeah. Is it too late for us to get Carol Seckler into the Luminaire 2 upgrade class for today?
It is, because you have to create You have to create the hexagonal panel.
So, Carol, it's not a great time to do it because there's some prep involved with the supplies.
Yeah, the prep takes about 45 minutes.
Yeah, that prep takes about 45 minutes. So, do we have another one on the calendar?
Let me look. I have.
Let me look. I got the calendar here.
Yeah, I don't.
So there is some prep involved with that class. As I was saying earlier, it might be that there is not quite enough time to set up for that. So we don't have that class on the calendar for January yet, but we will get that class on the calendar for January. We just haven't had time to get it there.
I have some as well.
So the puppy will be in the store tomorrow until Violet's going to pick the puppy up after school. So the puppy will be here until sometime around probably 2 o'clock or so, 3 o'clock. So if you wanted to come see the puppy, I don't want to overwhelm the puppy, but we do want the puppy exposed to plenty of folks. And then what else was I going to say?
Oh, I have one thing I can throw in there.
Yeah, what's up?
So I have 2 slots left on. Hello, everyone. So I have emailed out a letter with the invitation to the Upgrade 3 class. So if you have an Upgrade 3 that you purchased from us,
Or the new machine.
then and you haven't received that invitation yet, please just reach out to me via email. I have 2 slots left on January the 17th, I believe, for that class. And then I just opened another one up for the 25th of January. So I'm trying to accommodate everybody. So please check your emails. Good morning, Miss Buddy. Please check your email and see if you've gotten that and what is going to work for you.
So if you have not gotten that email, like if somehow we forgot you, or some of you have emails that don't like those group emails, so those emails go out with everybody BCC'd. Some of you have security settings that like that either ends up in junk or doesn't appear at all because they assume it's marketing emails. And if that is if that's the circumstance and you haven't seen that email, you can always call us at the shop at 775-852-2323. Yeah, it's funny, Carol, because I reminded Jeannie. Jeannie's like, oh my God, she's perfect. And I was like, you said the same thing about Momo. And listen, Momo is perfect. Momo's Momo. We love Momo. It's funny because like just knowing how today's going to work, like I'm really excited to take Momo out for a nice long walk tonight because all hands are on deck and all the kids were super busy yesterday. Jeannie was super busy yesterday. We were trying to make sure that we were caught up and the store wasn't a complete disaster. And so Momo had plenty of puppy time and Momo is exhausted, but like I really want to take Momo out for a walk and to remind him that he is could you get Carol Kitchen Master signed up for the class on 125?
Yes.
And so Momo's a great dog. So like I'm excited tonight to get some one-on-one Momo time, which has been lacking for Momo. But like I had to remind Jeannie too. I was like 2 days in, Momo was perfect too. And it's funny because the puppy was a different puppy this morning. The puppy was like grabbing socks and at one point ran out of Jeannie's closet with a scarf. And that was new behavior. Hang on one second. This is Jeannie. Is there something for the live stream? Who did you mean to call?
Is who? I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Bye. So, we'll see what happens in a couple of days too, when she like fully is comfortable in her own skin. So somebody asked me to show the puppy again, and let's see, there she is in all her glory. And so she is good at you know, she's a good deal smaller. She's like a week or two younger than Momo. I think Momo was about 10 or 11 pounds when we got him. And I think she's more like 7 maybe. So she is tiny. And she is really good. And we've been enjoying her presence. Although she barked for the first time this morning. We hadn't heard that. Let's see here. And here, I mean, this is our world. Like, she goes to sleep and Momo is all about her. Like, will not let her out of his sight. It's funny doing all this backwards. So she is a beautiful dog, and it's funny. Her mom looks a lot like Momo, and I swear that first night when she would get up, she suckled Momo a number of times the first night, and I swear, I think she thought Momo was her mom. Yeah, Momo loves her almost a little too much, but we're also going to work on that too. I just scheduled an appointment for kind of a home visit from our trainer to help us help Momo be a bigger brother. So she, the breeder thinks with her parents that she will end up somewhere between 45 and 55 pounds. But mom and dad are two pretty different sizes. So, you know, let's call it 45 to 50 pounds. Momo's about 62 pounds, 61, 62 pounds. So, yeah, and it's funny. They say a tired dog is a good dog. And I'm happy today that Jeannie's got the puppy solo. Momo's at daycare, which is great for Momo too, because he's going to get walked and get all this personal attention. But like, it's funny. Violet spent time with him last night and took him for a ride, like took him in the car with her. She was running an errand. She's like, I'll just take Momo. Momo, you know, we'll get some one-on-one time and personal attention. But when she got home, she opened the door and Momo like beeline for the door and came straight in to like see the puppy. So we will, we'll see how he is neutered. Yeah. And Poppy will be, that's part of our contract, is Poppy will be spayed too. I'm not looking forward to that whole process. So onwards and upwards, I'm going to get to work. Just remember, we're a little shorthanded today. We hope not to be too distracted with the puppy in the store tomorrow. You are welcome to come in and see the puppy. But like I said, I don't want to throw like 100 people at the puppy all at once. And yeah, you know, it's funny, Brenda. Like, he literally, that behavior last night with him, I had never seen that before. And like, you see something. I'm not showing any drop frames on this end, Heather. Let's talk about that really fast too. So my guess is, for the people on YouTube, things have been fine. The more I think about it, the more I think it might make sense for us to go all the way to YouTube. So I'll probably have a question about that tomorrow. The other thing is, I've got people that watch on YouTube because they won't do Facebook. And so I think it may make sense for us at this point to just go to YouTube, and then I can always cut and paste and put the YouTube live on Facebook. So if you watch on Facebook and you don't want to figure out YouTube, you can continue to watch on Facebook. You're just going to be watching the mirrored. I think he thinks the puppy's taking his place, but that said, we've given him tons of love and attention, and he loves the puppy. And, you know, he's made sure to, like, he like rarely is all over me. Like, he's all over Jeannie, and he's been all over me. And so I think he's, you know, he's learning that he's still number one. But yeah, it was cool to see him, like, you know, the instinctual stuff, to see him go in the yard and go to every corner. And like I said, this bark is big. And he just bark in each corner of the yard. Like, and I'm like, literally, I was on the phone with Jeannie and I put the puppy down, and the puppy, when he's barking like that, the puppy's a little weirded out. So she just wanted me to pick her back up. So I actually had to take him in and then bring her out solo so she could kind of do her business. But I had not seen that behavior from him. And I swear what he was doing was clearing the yard. Like, he was coming out and letting everybody know that Momo was in town and that, you know, the sister was there. Cause he would like run back and like almost touch noses with her and then go to the next corner of the yard and just start barking. And so, kind of cool to see. Dogs are crazy. So, have a great day. Make something awesome, as Jeannie would say. Keep in mind that red-nosed reindeer class is tomorrow. And are you out of the store all afternoon tomorrow, Michelle?
No, I'm just gonna go.
You're gonna come back.
And then she's gonna come back with me, and she's gonna shop.
Okay. All right. So, can I get in on the Luminaire Upgrade 3 class? Do we have room for the Luminaire Upgrade 3 for Linda Lancaster?
I sent she was on the invitation I sent out. She had to sign up for one, so I don't have anything open. I have that one.
Well, you said you had 2 spots, so now you have 1 spot.
Okay, I'm gonna put her in.
So, Linda, we're gonna add you to the class on the 17th. Yeah, you know, Cindy, it was just really cool to see. I talked to the breeder's been awesome. Like, she wanted to make sure that the puppy was great, and I talked to her a couple times yesterday. She just wanted to make sure that that the puppy was settling in, and I had some questions for her. She was the one that she talked a little bit about Momo's dad and kind of Momo's genetics and like what he comes from. And she was like, yeah, Echo's a little much for the puppy sometimes. She's like, you know, he is every bit of a working dog. And she's on a ranch in Georgia. So like, you know, I'm sure Echo has, you know, kind of maintained his genetics, kind of working the ranch in Georgia. But it was really kind of cool to see and interesting to see how intense he was being, because there was nothing to bark at, but he was definitely letting the world know he was there, and that may be something that we need to work on too, because I don't like to bug our neighbors. My neighbor yesterday was like, there are 11 dogs in this cul-de-sac. And so there's, I think, 3 dogs in their house and 4 dogs in their house next door and a dog in the house next door. And then 3 dogs in the house on the corner and then 2 dogs at our house. There are a lot of dogs. So, yes, Linda, she's going to add you to that class right now. So have a great day. Make something awesome. We will see you guys tomorrow. Gina and I should both be here with the puppy, who, if she is not sleeping at that time, will be